Hello, this is Mr. Evilcheese.
And I'm Zombie Cat.
And this is our review of the McFarlane Toys, Walking Dead, Negan and Glenn San Diego Comic-Con 2-pack exclusive.
That's a fucking mouthful.
Did I say Skybound? You gotta say that in there somewhere. And also, this is the bloody color version, because there's also a black and white version. Yeah, you can see it's Skybound exclusive. I ordered this off of McFarlane's website. Was it McFarlane's website? Shop the Walking Dead or skybound.com. That's where you can find this. It might be hard to get because it's only up for a few minutes and then it's sold out. Yeah, there they are. And it says, comes with exclusive smashed Glenn head. Which originally, when Series 5 of the comic book figures were going to come out, they said Glenn was coming with a smashed head. So that might not be the case now that this says exclusive smashed head. So this might be the only way to get the smashed head. So there's a picture of Negan on the front, wrapped around on the side, blood over there. And in the back, a picture of Negan smashing Glenn's head.
I love that they put that on there. Spook.
Taken right from the comic. It's pretty awesome. There's a bunch of links to Skybound stuff. And, well, let's open this. Alright, there they are all opened up. They're really freaking cool. And really, really bloody.
I like it when they're bloody. It's my favorite.
So I guess right here, Glenn must have been killing a bunch of walkers with his axe. Because he is just covered in blood. And if you have this head on, it's not his own blood in this version. But this is awesome because I was really kind of disappointed with the first Glenn because it was riot gear Glenn, which he just wore that occasionally. It's not.
Yeah, I did not like that.
And also, if you took the helmet off, he had a bald head, and I mean, he was bald, but just not for very long.
I didn't like the bald head.
I mean, you finally get a Glenn with a baseball hat on, so that's pretty cool. And Negan's also covered in blood.
Threw Glenn's head on the ground!
And I like the way it's splattered on his face, and he's got that look.
Shit-eating grin.
And I'm not sure, this might be a new sculpt of his head. Something. Maybe not.
I think the paint's just a bit different.
Yeah, the paint's different. It makes it look like a different sculpt, but it's the same sculpt. We'll compare them more later. But this is an awesome set, especially for people who were not able to get the first Negan that came out.
I think I like this Negan even better.
Because he's bloody?
Yes.
It is pretty awesome. Glenn has some weird freaking knees. And you have to really push his feet forward to make him stand up, at least on ours.
Yeah, that one knee is very weird. I don't get why they did that.
Yeah, it's
weird pointy thing.
Something weird there. I don't know if there's like extra plastic that was supposed to be cut off and something just odd.
It's just weird.
Yeah. Whee! I will stab you with my knee. But this is a cool set. I'm happy they made this.
I'm really happy to have the original Glenn. It's pretty awesome.
And the smashed head coming with them is amazing.
Yes.
But I guess since Glenn is the newer one, there's never been this sculpt out before. Go over him first. Okay, so Glenn comes with an axe, and it's all bloody, which is really awesome. Pretty sure this is an axe we've gotten before. And there's a look at his face. So I think they did a pretty good job on his face. And I do like the hat. It's really flexible too. I like the blood splatter on it. Looks like his eyes the paint on his eyes are a little bit off if you look really close. You can see they painted on his hair underneath there a little bit. Can't tell if it's sculpted. I think it is sculpted. It's really hard to tell, but I'll turn it upside down. See, he's got that little bit of hair coming down, and it looks like it's sculpted on there and painted. One thing that's kind of bugs me is his jacket and shirt makes him look a little bigger because he's super skinny. But I think he was drawn that way.
Yeah, I think it's just the jacket. If like pull it out like you just did. If you pull it out, he's thin underneath.
Yeah.
It's just the jacket.
Jacket's huge.
And his jacket was baggy.
It was. But yeah, I like the way they sculpted it. Nice wrinkles in the sleeves. And the pants are kind of plain. Like he's just. I mean, a lot of the human characters just like a guy in clothes.
Yeah.
It's not like they're in like superhero costumes or anything. But
Negan's probably got the best clothes.
yeah.
And it's mostly that fucking jacket.
Mm-hmm.
I'd wear the shit out of that jacket.
You can see you got the blood splatter down on his leg. All over his shirt. There's this hoodie wrapped around onto the back. Or folded down, whatever you want to say.
Hanging down?
Hanging down, yeah. Lots of blood on his hands. Must have been killing lots of zombies.
Or carrying around his own bashed in head.
Yeah. even blood up on his hat. Even got the string sculpted in there from his hoodie.
You know what? It's a good thing these guys aren't in 28 Days Later, because they'd all be fucking infected.
Yeah, they would.
With blood in their mouths and eyes.
Mm-hmm. You get one little drop in your eyeball and you turn into one of them. And Glenn also comes with his bashed in head. Which is really awesome that they would do that.
His eye hanging out. Love it.
There's smashed in head up there. There's brains. It's all bloody, so you can't really make out too much detail. You can see that they have some sculpting in there, but it's not like you can see brain for sure or anything. But it looks really cool. It looks a lot like how he did in the comic.
Yeah.
But now we gotta switch the heads and put that on. Okay, so I popped his head off, and this came with it. And this doesn't have one, so this is gonna be a pain in the ass, probably. Alright, there's Glenn with his smashed head on. And it just looks awesome. Hey guys, hey. And I had to get the hair dryer to get that peg out of there. It would not come out. We both tried to get it out. And you can use pliers, but I don't like to do that because I've tried that before and it kind of messed up the ball joint a little bit.
Squish your ball.
Mm-hmm. But the hair dryer worked.
The neck does look a little bit weird with that head on.
A little bit. So here's that head. See his eye. His eye over here, I don't know if it's supposed to have a pupil or not, but I don't see one. His mouth is open. There's a little bit of skin color paint inside of his mouth, which shouldn't be there. I think they could have painted his eyeball a little better, just hanging out.
It still looks awesome though.
It does. But if I want
You want to nitpick?
yeah. Got some marks up on his face, I guess, from the barbed wire, probably. And there's his smashed in head. Smashed in head. Crushed in head, whatever.
Smooshed.
Okay, articulation. Well, you see me moving this around. Pretty good articulation on the head. Then at the arms. Then at the elbow. Spin. And go like that. The wrist. Could spin, but also there's a hinge. Then the torso. Not much. Not much spinning. The hips. You could do that weird thing. But it's cool.
Just dropping the bottom out.
That's what is that? It's like separating from that line. See a little line forming in there?
Mm.
So you can do a split. And you can kick forward. Put his leg back. And then bend at the knee, but also spin at the knee. And also his ankles move.
But it does look weird when you bend his knees because he's got weird pointy parts sticking out.
Yeah.
They look like little mouths.
Yum, yum, I'm gonna eat you.
If
If you get bit by a knee, you'll turn into a knee.
A knee.
Well, that's about it for Glenn. Now let's look at Negan.
Negan?
Negan. So, he looks pretty much as good as the first one, except that now he's got blood all over him. which is awesome.
I think the face on the other one was painted a bit better.
Yeah, it was. It looks more real. Also,
But I still really love the bloody one.
well, both of them, they got a little bit of skin color showing through.
On the hair?
Yeah.
I noticed that. They have that little, like, seam where it's showing.
Yeah,
It'd
I agree.
be easy to fix, though, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. I do agree, though, the originals, the paint they use is better, I think. But that's just our opinions. I don't know. I do like the blood on him. That just looks cool with his big grin.
Well, even though I think the first one's face is painted better, I definitely like the bloody version better just because he's bloody.
Yeah. The jacket paint, like the leathery paint, looks pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm.
Which was, I think, pretty good on both of them.
No, the pants, too. Because they did a good job on that. I don't even know what you call that. Kind of like a stonewash sort of look.
Mm-hmm.
But they're pretty much the same, it's just this one has blood.
Yeah. And the way they did the red shirt underneath is the same on both, which is weird on both. I don't know why they made all that black in there. Just kind of odd to me, but whatever. Here's the Lucille's while we're looking. The new Lucille is a lot bloodier.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really see the wood grain very much on this one.
I think I actually like the other Lucille better, the less bloody one.
Yeah. Yeah, like you don't see the wood grain painted in at all on this one, really.
I think they just went a tiny bit overboard on Lucille, like she's completely red.
Belt and buckles are about the same. I think they're both pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
I love that blood splatter. Look at that blood splatter on a boot.
I know.
I don't know if that's the same on all of them, but the way they did it on this one looks really cool. But the face blood splatter is my favorite.
Yeah.
It just looks so good on his
Especially with
face.
that grin.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they need to make? This made me think of. They need to make a neck-biting Rick figure.
That would be awesome.
That would make me super happy. Just fucking covered, like TV, from the TV show. Just fucking covered in blood.
Yeah. Now, Negan was made back before they got the whole Darrow articulation thing in. And this is the same exact sculpt, so he also does not have the Darrow articulation, which I wish he did. But he doesn't.
Need to sit down.
Yeah, he does. He
Bash
needs
the
to-
shit out of you.
He kicks
Sit on
people.
your face.
He kicks people in the comics, and this one can't kick.
I can kick you in the shin. You
So-
just have to do like you do with the old G.I. Joes and just be like, you know what I mean? Pick them up. There you go.
I guess that worked. The arm articulation is pretty good. It's kind of weird because he's got such broad shoulders. It's kind of funny out there. But it's still good articulation on the arms. There
He's
is.
got a major armpit hole.
Yeah, he does. The wrists basically just spin. There's a hinge joint, but it doesn't seem to move too much. The head can move around. Pretty good. Can't really spin much there. But like we're just saying, that not a whole lot at the hip area. Because of that old type articulation.
You can either be standing or standing.
Yep. Or walking.
Or laying flat on the ground.
Mm-hmm. And then you can bend his knee for some reason. Doesn't really do anything unless you want him, maybe he's kissing somebody and puts his leg back like they do in movies. And then you can spin his leg. And then there's pretty good articulation down at the ankle. Spin all around. Tilt a little bit. So, pretty good articulation from the knee down.
He won't stay.
But I needed better articulation to get into the right pose.
Yeah, you can't kneel right.
Yeah, Zombie Cat attempted to get him into the kneeling down pose. It doesn't really work.
You have to hold him.
Glenn, he would need like double jointed knees or something to get into the right pose. So, you can still have him laying down because probably at this point he is probably laying down. And then Negan be smashing him. But Negan needs better knees to Well, in the picture back there, his knees are pretty straight. I think he needs better arm articulation to do this. It's going to be hard to get them into a pose that looks right. What are you doing?
That's why there's all this blood on his legs.
Oh, so yeah, if you want him, it might be difficult to get him into a bashing head pose.
I should tape his feet to the table where he's displayed.
You could have him like maybe like that.
That don't make sense. It still doesn't work.
There's a comparison of the heads. Bald, Lex Luthor, Glenn. Next to baseball hat, Glenn. There's Glenn next to some other of his buddies in happier times. Which there wasn't very many happy times for these people, but happier for Glenn because he wasn't dead.
Well, it's kind of hard to be unhappy when you don't exist anymore.
Yeah. He still doesn't have his comic girlfriend, Maggie. Forget to mention, he comes with the same accessories, the Lucille, and he also comes with a knife. But the new one does not come with the iron. The original one came with the iron that he uses to burn Dwight's face. But the new one doesn't got it. And
Which is dumb.
You can see the new knife is bloody. And it seems like the blade is black. For some reason.
I think they just didn't bother with the silver because they were putting the blood on.
Yeah, I guess. There's Negan next to Rick and Dwight. There's Negan next to Alpha. And they meet in the comics. But I won't give anything away. So, I really like this 2-pack. It is just a repainted Negan that we already got, but I do like the bloody paint on it. It really looks awesome.
And I love the Glenn.
Me too. Because I didn't like Ryger Glenn that much. I mean, the suit was okay. It's just that that's not how I wanted a Glenn.
Yeah. If we had already had a regular Glenn, I would have been like, okay. But if that's the only Glenn, then what the fuck?
Yeah. And you get this bashed in head, which is really awesome. That's what probably the most memorable moment in the comics. Like, at least in the top 5, but...
I would say it's the most memorable for me.
That's what I'm saying, but I know other people might think there's another part that might be more memorable, but I'd say that's one of the most memorable parts, if not the most. So, these figures are awesome, and I'd say pick them up if you want them. And if you don't, pick them up anyway.
Buy them anyway. Or send us your money and we'll buy some more for ourselves.
Yeah. Well, this is Mystery of D's.
And I'm Zombacat.
Thanks for watching, and I'm back. And you are it. Bring him out here. I'll bring him out here because nobody else is here except for me. Now don't worry, buddy. It'll be all over in a minute. Be thankful. I didn't make any of you kneel down because, well, none of you were articulated enough to kneel down. So thank me for not forcing you to do that because that would have been awkward. Now, if anybody tries to move, then you're all going to have to kiss your leader guy's stumpy arm there. You got to kiss it right on the bare skin of his chopped off arm. That'd be creepy as hell to kiss that thing. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, taking it like a champ. Maggie! Maggie!
What, Glenn? What? What do you want? You're always nagging me. Jeez.
I just screamed because I was getting killed, Maggie. You know, my head's getting smashed.
You're the clingiest boyfriend ever. I mean, use any excuse to nag me, to bug me, constantly. Scream my name when you're dying. Just leave me alone for 5 minutes.
Well, looks like we're finished here. Hope this taught you guys a lesson. Maggie! What? Damn, tough little guy. No, as I was saying. Maggie!
What? What do you want, Glenn? What?
I love you, Maggie.
I love you too, Glenn.
Just gonna wait here a second before I start talking. Okay, so you guys are gonna fall in line. You're gonna go out and get shit. You're gonna give us your shit. Maggie! Maggie!
Oh, jeez, Glenn, what the hell do you want now? What? What do you want, Glenn? Are you gonna keep screaming my name all day?
I just want to say I love you.
You already said that.
Oh, my brain's a little smashed. I might have forgot.
Well, stop it, okay? Shut up. Quit screaming my name like a freak.
Now I'm starting to lose my cool, and that doesn't happen very often. Now go out, get shit, bring us shit, and I won't have to kill you guys anymore. Okay. No, run along. I guess we can do that, right, guys? Okay then. Just... Maggie? Maggie? Maggie!
What?
Nothing.
Oh, damn it, man. You see them other pictures there? Why don't you click on one of them to see the video? Or you could subscribe, Nate. Oh!